Guru Prakash, the national spokesperson of the Bharatiya Janata Party, Karan Verma, political analyst, Lokesh Jindal and Vivek Srivastava, both political analysts complete the panel. Gentlemen, good evening. Lokesh, what explains this Urdu imposition?
Good evening, Pranesh. Good evening, everybody. The Constitution of India under Article 350 Clause A gives a special directive. Let me read it out. It states that it shall be the endeavor of every state and of every local authority within the state to provide adequate facilities for instruction in the mother tongue at the primary stage of education of children belonging to linguistic minority groups. Supplement this along with 2014 May Supreme Court judgment headed by Chief Justice R.M. Lodha, whereby the Supreme Court categorically stated that the government cannot impose mother tongue on linguistic minority for imparting primary education. And the other party was the government of Karnataka. So the idea is, I am shocked that the member of parliament didn't know what has been the constitutional stand and what has been the stand of the Supreme Court.
No, the BJP is accusing the Congress of trying to push Urdu as the primary language. They are saying that this is an insult of the people there.
An Anganwadi worker imparts primary education to children. And the Constitution requires that at the primary level of education, the mode of instruction has to be the mother tongue. And if you talk about 10.56% of Karnataka's population claim Urdu as their mother tongue. So it is very much within the realm of the Constitution. In fact, the President under Article
1 minute, Mr. Jindal, 1 minute. Why make it mandatory? Now, supposing someone who's proficient in Kannada but does not know Urdu will be ruled out of the job?
No. Pranesh, it has been stated that an Anganwadi worker who is also responsible for imparting primary education.
You're saying the same thing, Lokesh.
Right to education is a fundamental right. Wait a minute. Right to education is a fundamental right.
What is the dispute in that?
It is the duty of the state.
But right to appeasement is not a fundamental right, you see. We haven't come to that.
Article 45
no.
And Article 350.
This is not about that. This is not about that. Guru Prakash, why are you calling it appeasement when the Congress is claiming that this was a BJP era law?
No, like I said, and like you observed the interview of Mr. Tejasvi Surya, who is a member of parliament from Karnataka, and I also challenge my friend from the Congress party. If you can show an example, if you can show any evidence that it was promoted by BJP. Having said that, I would also say that if it was a BJP government, like Pranesh, you remember we had a debate about the Himachal Pradesh Shimla mosque issue. People were saying BJP ke samay bhi mosque tha, BJP ke samay bhi mosque tha. If BJP committed a mistake, what gives you the right? How were you entitled to repeat the same mistake? Point number one. Point number two, you speak of minority appeasement. Pranesh, we have to understand the Congress party and its entire ecosystem. I'm not talking about exclusively the Congress party, but the Congress party and its ecosystem has institutionalized the system of minority appeasement in this country. And this is yet another example of minority appeasement. You very well remember what happened. A teacher who was about to be awarded, a teacher who was about to be celebrated just on the instance of SGPI. The SGPI registered a protest and the Karnataka government obliged. There are 100 such cases. The case of Ganesh Chaturthi in Karnataka, Lord Ganesh, Bhagwan Ganesh ji को भी कस्टडी में आप लोगों ने पुलिस की वैन में लेके गए थे. ये तो कर्नाटक के कांग्रेस मानसिकता है. Karnataka. And it is a perfect case. It's a textbook case that the Siddaramaiah government time and again. Today we saw what happened. The Karnataka High Court upheld that the governor has every right to inquire into the allegation of corruption on the chief minister. Chief minister, who has given you this right? Every, be it corruption, be it minority appeasement, everywhere.
No, 1 minute. Guru Prakash, while the BJP is saying that this is a textbook case of appeasement, the Congress says that, it's time for the BJP to look within. Why did you not do away with this law when you were in power? The circular is dated the December 2022. Karan, what do you make of this appeasement versus hypocrisy fight?
Coincidentally, Pranesh, both are right in their way, because yes, the BJP, as Tejasvi Surya also said, they did make a mistake, but they had never anticipated that this circular is going to come back to haunt them, because the Congress, like always, is going to use this loophole to further its appeasement agenda. Pranesh, it's very clear now. PFI is banned, its political wing is SDPI, but its governance wing is actually the Congress party. The Congress party has pushed the SDPI's agenda right from day one, and they're very clear. 90% Muslim vote they got as per the CSDS, and they're pushing their agenda. Whether it is Siddaramaiah saying that I am looking for a 10,000 crore fund for the minorities in Hubli, whether it is reversing the anti-conversion law as soon as they came back to power, or whether it is a blanket reservation for the Muslims in ABC in category 2B. The Congress is all out to further SDPI's agenda. From removal of Gada as the symbol from the lamppost, from removing the hijab ban. I mean, Congress is very clear now. They have to promote Urdu, and our friend Lokesh was saying it is the endeavor of the state as per Article 350. Well, it is the endeavor of a state to have a uniform civil code also as per Article 44. Have we made progress in that? Are you okay with that? There you oppose it tooth and nail. So Pranesh, let's be clear about it. Congress is going to continue with appeasement. Just as any cricketer goes about its job, the Congress is going to go about appeasement. The question is, where are we heading with this in Karnataka? We've seen a Karnataka corporator's daughter be a victim of love jihad, where the father came up and said, yes, she's been a victim of love jihad, and Siddaramaiah looked the other way. So the day is not far. Okay. Leave aside Urdu. Maybe reading the Kalma is mandatory for anything in Karnataka.
Look, Vivek Srivastav, you know, you're smiling. I'm not surprised. Is this defense by the Congress that, look, it was present even when the BJP was in power? Do you think this is tenable?
Look, I think the BJP got that circular into force and circulated it because of some logics. And the logic was that nobody's understanding over here, because they have no understanding what is an Anganwadi worker and who are the kids who study over there. Anganwadi unions many of them are affiliated with the left, and I have visited part of their agitation, so I'm aware of it. गरीब लोगों के बच्चे पढ़ते हैं आंगनवाड़ी में जाके, आपके बच्चे प्ले स्कूल में पढ़ते हैं मिस्टर पासवान एंड मिस्टर वर्मा, तो वो आंगनवाड़ी को पहले समझो. Minority community, majority of them are not in a very good shape. They don't live in good places. They are still not developed, and their kids are the ones who go to Anganwadis. When the BJP government at that time came to the conclusion that perhaps introducing this particular language is going to be more beneficial, and teachers with this background could lead to more development of the minorities, it was a progressive measure.
Then how do you... One minute. If what you are saying is true, Vivek Srivastava, wait a minute. If what you are saying is true, why are you labeling the BJP as communal and anti-Muslim?
Yeah, because they started.
Then you must laud them for Then you must laud the BJP for walking the talk on Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas. आप बोल दीजिए एक बार. Yes, we congratulate the BJP.
नहीं, मैं तो अभी बोल दूंगा, पासवान साहब कर देना एंडोर्स इस सर्कुलर को और इस मूव को कर्नाटका गवर्नमेंट में.
नहीं, आप बोल दीजिए ना, वो तो जो करेंगे. अगर आपको लगता है ये प्रोग्रेसिव मूव है, मुझे एक बात बताइए, विवेक श्रीवास्तव, if you really think this is a progressive move, now will you answer the question that I asked Lokesh? If someone is proficient in Kannada, sir, 1 minute, Vivek, sir, don't do this. If someone is proficient in Kannada, 1 minute, but does not know Urdu, that person is ruled out. उनको तो नौकरी मिलेगी नहीं. Is that good or bad?
में जाता कौन है? आपको पता है आंगनवाड़ी में कौन जाता है और कितने मुसलमान बच्चे जाते हैं? ये डेटा है किसी के पास? किसी के पास नहीं है.
आंगनवाड़ी में सिर्फ मुसलमान बच्चे जाते हैं?
नहीं, कितने बच्चे जाते हैं मुसलमानों के? उर्दू किस का मीडियम है? And why do you need a bilingual teacher? It is not कि वहां जाके वो टीचर उर्दू पढ़ाएगी. The teacher should have both the skills. इसमें क्या बुराई है?
तो अलग-अलग रख लीजिए.
अरे तो खर्चा कौन देगा? आप देंगे एक्स्ट्रा खर्चा. आप देंगे एक्स्ट्रा खर्चा उस टीचर का. Instead of a multi-talented teacher, if you are going for 2 teachers,
multi-talented.
तो क्यों? If she knows 2 skills and 2 languages, she is multi-talented. She knows Kannada.
The charge is, sir, I'll tell you, Vivek Srivastava, 1 minute. This is not about talent.
It is about talent. When you are recruiting somebody, when I'm recruiting Pranesh, if Pranesh is very good, he's bilingual, he's excellent in Hindi, as well as he can anchor very well in English.
But those, 1 minute, sir, but those who do not know Urdu, but are proficient in Kannada, don't you think they will lose out?
No, sir. I mean, you have your own managing editor is anchoring in 2 languages.
Don't get personal. 1 minute. Vivek Srivastava, don't get personal. आप Can you
अरे
go beyond Pranesh? You're
Okay, I'm
obsessed
going
with
to
Pranesh. क्या हो गया विवेक श्रीवास्तव सर?
अरे सर मैं तो
थोड़ी
तारीफ
देर
कर रहा हूँ सर।
मत
मैं तो
करिए
कर रहा
तारीफ,
हूँ।
आपकी
मैं
तारीफ
तारीफ नहीं करता।
आप तारीफ करते हैं और मुझे वो गाली पड़ने लगती है। आप तारीफ मत कीजिए।
अच्छा ठीक है, चलिए अब आप मेरी बात सुनिए। एनी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, एनी कंपनी, I mean, don't you want people who have more than one skill set? Is that a problem?
Okay, Guru Prakash, this is
Why
about
not?
skill set. Why is the BJP objecting to this?
Pranesh, I was reading a quote from Baba Saheb Ambedkar, and Ambedkar said that I believe that there will be only Hindi and English as official languages. And this, he said, is important because one language, one state would lead to demand for independent statehood and ultimately national fragmentation. This is what Baba Saheb Ambedkar has said. Baba Saheb Ambedkar का ये विचार था. Maybe my friend Lokesh, the Congress party or the Communist party disagrees with Baba Saheb Ambedkar. So point number one. Point number two, कौन किसके बच्चे किस स्कूल में जाते हैं? This is a very personal debate. I think debate should be based on logic. आपके बच्चे अगर आंगनवाड़ी में जाते हैं, कम्युनिस्ट पार्टी के बच्चे अगर आंगनवाड़ी में जाते हैं, तो आपकी जमानत क्यों जब्त हो जाता है? आपको तो डिपॉजिट नहीं बचते हैं. किसकी कितनी सीटें हैं, किसकी कितनी पार्लियामेंट में हैसियत है, उस आधार पर तय नहीं होता है. डिबेट में तर्कों का डिबेट नो प्रणेश, दिस इज नॉट राइट. ही सेड इट कि पासवान जी के बच्चे यहां जाते हैं वहां जाते हैं. ये अधिकार इनको किसने दिया है? Who has given you this right?
No, that's not right. Let's not get personal. Vivek Srivastava,
under the sun.
Yeah, so I agree with you completely. Let's not do that. Let's not target each other.
This is a response.
Yeah. I just want to ask you, Vivek Srivastava, once again. Let me ask you a direct question, sir. There have been many instances in the past, and you would agree. 1 minute, sir. The opposition has slammed the BJP for what they believe is an attempt at Hindi imposition. Do you believe this is an attempt at Urdu imposition?
No, it is not at all an attempt at Urdu imposition. Every language is important, and I think Mr. Paswan is totally wrong, and he is not speaking the stand of his own party, which supports the regional languages also, including Tamil. I think you should talk to Mr. Annamalai, and Mr. Annamalai will give him a good clarification from Tamil Nadu.
Karan,
what is the status of the regional languages?
No, Pranesh, now let me just throw some light on this Mudiger Education Department, which is where we are talking about, the two districts. It gets a handsome budget of 1500 crores per year. So, you know, saying that the very poor study, of course, very poor study, but this department is very well flushed with funds and it does provide for education. So, it's not that we are looking at a paucity of funds, as Mr. Vivek is saying. Secondly, this is a very, very sly attempt to slowly bring in religious conversion and indoctrination at a very impressionable age. This is their typical modus operandi, and I'm sure Mr. Vivek Srivastava knows it better than any of us, because the left has for years been preying upon these Anganwadi areas where rice bag converts and other such lexicons were born. So I'm sure Mr. Vivek knows much more than me about this. Now, coming to the Urdu bit. There are 12.5% the population, the Muslim population in Karnataka. In these two districts, it is close to 30%. There are other languages also which are spoken by more than 15% or 17%. Should we then make them also mandatory? I mean, where are we heading with this? Because any child can speak any language that he wants. So by saying that we need multi-pronged skills, tomorrow you can also say we want someone who has 4 skills at the same time. Why stop at Urdu then? Because it suits the purpose of religious indoctrination, and the first law that this government passed was the
if the purpose is diversity, not appeasement, then why just limit it to Urdu? Lokesh Jindal, quick answer.
Pranesh, first of all, let me tell my dear friend Karan that Anganwadi workers are recruited under Ministry of Women and Child Development, not under Ministry of Education. And secondly, when you're talking about primary education, it has a complete set of different rules to be followed.
No, it's not about rules. 1 minute. Yeah, Lokesh, Lokesh, please don't make this about rules. You tell me, do you agree with 1 minute? First of all, I have a problem with the logic extended by Vivek Srivastava where he was talking about population. But I don't want to get into that debate because, you know, then we'll have many uncomfortable questions. Plus, we don't have the time. I want to ask you this question on diversity. Do you believe that this is about diversity? And if yes, then why not add other language? Add Hindi also.
Pranesh, first of all, let us talk about education as something that is a fundamental right of every child. And a small child,
yeah, but don't
is
limit
more
the
comfortable
don't limit the
receiving
child to
primary
just
education
Urdu and
in
Kannadiga.
in his mother tongue.
No, Kannada, add English, add Hindi, add other
Certainly,
languages.
in fact, that is required. That is very much within the mandate of the state. The state has to make sure that every child in an Anganwadi receives primary education and in his or her mother tongue. And if the state fails to do that, the president is required to appoint a nodal officer under Article 350 Clause
Okay,
B.
let's see whether this is about appeasement or hypocrisy. We will know. The BJP is calling it appeasement. The Congress says that, look, this is a BJP era rule. Whether or not the order is withdrawn, we will have to wait and watch. I thank some of you for joining us. We were